So I recently just finished this amazing book by Dr. Joe Dispenza called Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself. Let me give you some book ASMR. This was a book that I started reading in the beginning of October, and the reason why it took me so long to read it was because it was a lot to digest. Because when you grow up and just the way that society makes you think about certain things and about reality and manifestations in your current reality and what you can do for yourself, I feel like there's a lot of subconscious conditioning that we have. And this book basically just made you completely rethink your life in that regard, regarding what we know about our subconscious and how we address certain conditions like, our personality and our attitudes about life. And, if we're dealing with any kind of mental issues, whether that's anxiety or depression or unhappiness, limiting beliefs, scarcity mindset, or whether it's what we are physically manifesting in our current reality, we can break free of being that person and we can create a new reality. And the way that he describes it in this book, Dr. Joe Dispenza, the way that he illustrates this concept, the way that he not only provides you with this information, but gives you supporting details and science on how this is real, it's completely mind-blowing and mind-changing. What I really like about it is the fact that he is a doctor and he is using research to show that this is real and that we can change, and we can change for the better, and we can change our life in so many profound ways, and we can be a completely different person, not just in the future, but in our physical current reality, in our present moment. It talks about quantum physics. It talks about, quantum leaping, and it talks about subconscious mind and brainwave states and manifestations. It's just such a good book. And when I'm on YouTube and when I'm online looking for really good spiritual books, this always pops up. And I finally read it. And another reason why it took me so long to read it is because I really wanted to digest this information because it was a very dense book. So if you could see, here's just the first page that I flipped to. There are highlights. One thing that I will definitely say that this book really promotes is meditation. So there is a specific meditation that he calls for in this book. And he teaches you not only how to do the meditation, but why to do the meditation and why this meditation is so powerful. And let me tell you something. From start to finish, the meditation is about an hour long. The more that you do it, the more experience you get with it. It won't last a whole hour and 15 minutes. It'll probably last you like 30 to 45 minutes, depending on how well your meditation is going that day. So what I will say is that it is hard to get people to do meditation because of how difficult people perceive meditation to be. Meditation isn't that hard. Like, I took a whole meditation class in college, and meditation, I think people really overcomplicate meditation. Meditation is not hard. What's hard is to be an observer of our thoughts, which is the art of meditation. People think that they're doing meditation wrong, and that's what makes people not want to meditate, is they'll sit there and say, oh, like, I don't know how to meditate, or I'm not good at meditating. Nobody is good at meditating because everybody has thoughts. And if we didn't have thoughts, you would not be alive. The art of meditation, the practice of meditation, is not to completely get rid of our thoughts. It's about being with your thoughts, observing your thoughts as a third person, not attaching to said thoughts, and just observing your thoughts and feeling the emotions associated with those thoughts, those emotions or those feelings inside your body of those thoughts without reacting. That is meditation. Is it hard at first? Absolutely. But does it get better over time? Absolutely. That's meditation, is to learn how to be with your thoughts without reacting. Because once you can be with your thoughts and your feelings and your emotions without reacting, you give those thoughts and feelings and emotions less power. And imagine living a life where your thoughts and your feelings, those negative thoughts, those negative feelings, and those negative emotions don't constantly occupy your mind. In my meditation class, there's an analogy that they always used, which perfectly sums up negative thoughts. They're like monsters in your head. And the more that you engage with negative thoughts by talking back to those negative thoughts, to believing those negative thoughts, the more you feed those monsters in your head, and the more that they grow. And that's why it can be so hard sometimes to get rid of those thoughts, because we're giving those thoughts so much attention and power. But when we can be one with our thoughts and just observe our thoughts and have no connection to those thoughts, just observing them as they come and go, allowing them to come and go, allowing those thoughts. Imagine allowing negative thoughts to be with you and be completely detached from them. Guess what happens? You don't feed the monsters, and the monsters in your head get very weak, and eventually they die. That's the practice of meditation. The practice of meditation isn't to completely get rid of thoughts. The practice of meditation is to learn how to be one with your thoughts, and allowing yourself to control your thoughts, being the master of your thoughts, allowing yourself, if you don't want to deal with a certain thought, don't give it attention. If you want to give a thought energy, give it the attention. And the more that you train your brain by the practice of meditation, you increase something called neuroplasticity, which physically changes structures of your brain, shrinking your amygdala, which is associated with the fear center of the brain, the fight or flight response. So that's why people who meditate have less anxiety, have less depression, feel better, feel more fulfilled, because they are intentionally focusing on the thoughts and feelings that they want to focus on. And they also learn that their thoughts do not control them. Those negative thoughts do not control them. Give meditation a try. You can go on YouTube and find 3-minute meditations. You could do 1-minute meditations. It's just about centering yourself to the breath. And every time that your mind drifts off into something that you have to do today or something that you have to do tomorrow, notice that and take your attention right back to your breath. And at first it's very hard. There's the trains. There's the trains. I know you guys love the trains. Let's listen to the trains real quick. Giving you trains and page flipping ASMR. I love these deep chats with you. These deep chats with you guys. I really do love them. I love the ASMR late night deep chats. I love the deep chat where I'm just talking on my couch. I love the Reiki. I love this channel so much. Thank you so much for tuning in. And if you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, share this video. I also noticed that YouTube is unsubscribing people. Somebody in my comments literally said that YouTube unsubscribed them from my channel. And I honestly, I've heard that was a thing, but it never happened to me until literally today, where I realized that one of my favorite ASMR artists, Lucy ASMR, I was like, oh, I haven't seen anything from her in a really long time. Let me look on her channel. It said subscribe, and I'm like, I'm already subscribed. So it happened to me too. So if you know that you're subscribed to me, just keep looking and making sure that you're subscribed, because YouTube is, I guess, I don't know what's going on with it, but it does happen. There's the trains, there's the trains, there's the trains. Good, good, good. So yeah, meditation is just really centering yourself to the breath. There's other different types of meditations that you can do. Walking meditations, mindful listening, open-ended meditations, mindful meditations, which is centering yourself, like I said, to your breath. So you can look up meditations on YouTube completely for free. There's apps that you can do, like the Calm app. I do have the Calm app. But this book, Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself, has a specific meditation that lasts about 35 to 45 minutes. At first, it's probably going to last you an hour and 15 minutes, but the more you do it, the more experience you get with it, and the easier it is. What Dr. Joe Dispenza wants you to do, essentially, is to get your brainwave state from a beta brainwave state, which is a brainwave state that is super analytical. So when we are going through our day, when we're working, when we are, going through, doing errands and stuff like that, we're in beta brainwave state. When we're sleeping, we're in a lower brainwave state, which is more associated with our subconscious. So what the meditation he wants you to do is to first get really centered and do a body scan meditation where we are tuning into our body, because what that does is it basically lowers your brainwave state from the super high analytical brainwave state down into your more subconscious brainwave state. And the reason why he wants you to get into the subconscious brainwave state is because that is where neuroplasticity happens. When we are able to tap in to our subconscious mind, that's where the change happens. So when we're wanting to break the habit of being our old self, that old self is ingrained in our subconscious, because whatever it is that we want to get rid of, whether it's a personality or anxiety or depression, that's in our subconscious, and we've been being that person for so long that it ends up being a personality. It's who we are. So in order to change who we are, we have to get into the subconscious level. And that's why this meditation is so powerful, because we're able to change ourselves at a subconscious level. We are literally becoming somebody completely different overnight. I highly recommend reading this book. It is very dense, but if you are going through anything mental, emotional, physical, even spiritual, if there's an aspect about yourself that you want to change, whether it's anxiety or depression or a lack or scarcity mindset or limiting beliefs, or if there's a physical reality that you want to change and manifest a different reality, this book is for you. Everything and anything is possible, and he backs that up with science. And when I tell you, this meditation, he either wants you to do it in the morning or at night, because that's when we're in lower brainwave states and it's easier to tap into our subconscious. I will literally do a meditation at night. I will wake up in the morning and I will literally feel like a completely different person. No exaggeration. No exaggeration. For days, I will feel like a completely different person. And what ends up happening is I don't continue it, or I slip back into my old personality. And what he really teaches is that we need to make it our new personality. Okay? So my new year of being 26, I'm telling you guys, and kind of talking about my recent deep chat that I did about being the victim. I'm taking full accountability for my life, and I'm done being the victim. And like I said, meditation is a huge priority for me, just as much as this YouTube channel is, giving you guys Reiki and deep chat videos and spiritual content, and just as much as working out is. And meditation is a priority for me, and I'm not going to be the victim. I'm going to take accountability, and I'm going to do it. And guess what? If it takes me an hour every single night, I'm going to commit to that, because I am being aware of the fact that I literally am spending an hour on TikTok or on YouTube or scrolling mindlessly, and that's okay. But it's just about being mindful about that. Being mindful that I am using my time elsewhere that isn't serving me. It's being mindful, but also gentle on yourself. So I'm telling you, I'm going to start doing these meditations again. I did some deep spring cleaning in my house today, and then I'm doing sound healing tomorrow. But when I get home from sound healing tomorrow, my house is going to be clean, everything is going to be tidy, and I am doing the hour-long meditation, and I'm going to do it every single day until I create the personality that I want and the new reality that I want and that I know that's mine. And when you know something is yours, it's already yours. You just have to become a vibrational match to what it is that you're wanting to manifest. So, I hope you guys read this book. If not, read the audiobook. I know there's a lot of people who first read the audiobook and then loved it so much that they ended up reading the actual book. It's something that is very dense. It's a lot of things that you have to really soak in. Like I said, there's a lot of reprogramming about manifestation and personality and subconscious. I did a lot of highlighting in this book, and I did a lot of journaling with it too. So let me know in the comments below if you've read this book, if this is a book that you want to read. Also, just leave in the comments section below if there's anything that you would like to change about yourself for the better. What would it be? I'm interested in hearing your guys' desires and manifestations that you are drawing to yourself and to your physical reality. Thank you so much for joining me in this deep chat tonight. I had an amazing time connecting with you. And until then, I will see you guys in the next video. Bye, everybody.